Alright, I've been shopping around for remote oil filters for the purple car and didn't see anything that tickled me fancy, so I thought I'd make something up. Let's have a bit of a look. Alright, let's get into this remote filter. So, that's the original sandwich plate, right? That's the retaining bolt. So, what I've done, gone and got one of these jiggers, and bang. Straight on top of there, done the same with that one. So these AN fittings bolt straight up. So hopefully this all works. I've been under there and had a look. I reckon with those fittings, a couple of 90s, the 45s on the hoses, I reckon I'll get where I need to be once we bolt on. So this is just an AN 10 kit, I think. So you got two 45s, two 90s, two straight ends, and a couple of meters of hose. So I've started with the two 45s on that end, and then we'll run it out to where we need it to be, and probably 90s onto the filter mount, which is just a little aeroflow jigger. So we'll get into it. Also got these little jiggers. I thought they were quite neat. So they're just an Allen key thing, clamps onto your hose, right? But you've got enough depth in there to screw another screw into the back to fix it onto whatever you want to fix it onto. So, yeah, it's quite cool. I've got a few of them to hold the hoses in place. All right. You certainly don't get a lot of room to manoeuvre under here. Okay, sandwich plates in place now with the fittings on. So that's our two 90s pointing back towards the bell housing, sort of. Beautiful. Alright, so that's screwed together there. Over the light, there we go. That's a bit better. With our two 90s and 45s. Brings the hoses back around and through that access panel for the power steer. Beautiful. Okay, the remote filter. So, just knocked up this little shroud. This little jigger sits down inside there, something like that. And gives him a bit of stain protection and stuff, as you can see. And then we'll bolt him up in the inner guard. Like a couple of nutserts in there, and away we'll go, I reckon. Run the lines to him. Okay, you can see this is what we're looking at. Them pencil marks there, you see one goes straight through that spot weld. That's the headlight bracket on the other side. A third hole lines up with the webbing, but I might be able to take a little bit out of the other side of them and make a nutsert work. So I'm just going to drill some holes in there and put some nutserts in. And our little filter setup sits in there like that, like so. And there's our lines. And yeah, we'll whack him in there behind his little stone shield. We'll see how we go. We'll give it a run. Okay, he's putting in the nutserts to hold the filter bracket. Should hold him in. I've got four little ones to hold the shroud, and then the three big ones go through the shroud and the filter bracket. So should hold him there, I reckon. Stop him from vibrating around. All right, filter mount and shroud are bolted in. As you can see, we're in the inside the inner guard. I don't know whether you can see up in there or not, but yeah, we'll get a bit of light going on. So there's our filter mount in there. Little shroud around him to stop stones and stuff hitting the filter. Put our nutserts and everything in. Use some little stainless steel bolts. And, just got to put our fittings in now and finish the lines off. And then he can be all set up, so I can pull it back out again and seal everything up and make sure we're in the in and out the out. That was why I marked it on the shroud. I penciled it on the shroud because it's going to be a bit hard to see it up in there. And this side's out, but you know, it doesn't always work like that. My memory's not always that great. And then these little followers. Oh, that's all on first. know, so them little fellas, and then our lines will come straight out of there and into them. Obviously the other way around, he's got a bit of a twist in him, but yeah, that way hopefully we'll make sure they're mounted right when they come out anyway. Cool, we'll carry on. But yeah, that's the little setup. Okay, we've cut our lines to length. We had to stuff around a little bit with the in and out. I had it the wrong way around. I didn't want to cross the hoses up there, so I've stuffed around in under there. We'll have a look in a minute. But yeah, what I want to talk about is these AN fittings. If you've never used them before, these things. So that's the nut that just screws on there like that, like so, all right? And that's the nut there. So you just cut your hose to length and seat that nut right in there so the hose is right up to the end. I haven't put it all the way on yet, but you push that in so your hose comes right up to the end. There's a couple of barbs in there you've got to come past. And then you get this fella and a couple of spanners and just wind him in. Great way to make lines. They're very cool. Anyway, we'll keep into it. Just whacked a little rubber moulding around our access panel there. Our hoses are going to go straight down through there, so it try to avoid anything rubbing through any hoses or anything like that. Should definitely help. All right, he's all bolted in. The lines. I said I picked up a hole for one of them little mounts from where the aircon dryer bolts. This one here made a little L bracket off the bottom of the inner guard strut bolt there, and that one's through one of the little press tab bolts that hold the rubber on there for the power steer inspection panel. So that's her. Beautiful. I'm pulling back off now. We do have a clearance issue there, as Glenn pointed out. You've got to take the top off that clamp there to get the spanner on and off the camber bolt, but small issue. All right, job's good. All right, that's the Purple Cars remote oil filter. Now time to pull it all back off, seal it all up and get it fitted once and for all. So, all right, once again, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share it around, and have a good one. Cheers.